Former Fleetwood Mac guitarist Danny Kirwan has in London at the age of 68. The musician was just 18 when he joined the band, featured on 5 of their albums released between 1969 and 1972. Branded a huge force in Fleetwood Mac's early years, Kirwan contributed guitar and vocal work in addition to songwriting. A brief history of Fleetwood Mac's ever-changing lineup. A post on the band's official Facebook page by drummer Mick Fleetwood announced that he passed away late last week. Fleetwood, who recruited Kirwan to join the band when he was just 18 1968, wrote, "Danny was a huge force in our early years. His love for the blues led him to being asked to join Fleetwood Mac in 1968, where he made his musical home for many years. Danny's true legacy, in my mind, will forever live on in the music he wrote and played, so beauty is a part of the foundation of Fleetwood Mac, that has now endured for over 50 years. Thank Danny Kirwan. You will forever be missed." No cause of death has been announced. When the Brixton-born musician joined Fleetwood Mac, it included Fleetwood, John McVie, Peter Green and Jeremy Spencer, according to the Rock Roll Hall of Fame. New York fashion designer Kate Spade on the 5th of June, aged 55. Best known for her popular line of handbags, the American designer's products were among the most popular accessories in the designer market, competing with the likes of handbag giants Coach and Michael Kors. The actor on the 21st of April, aged 49. Widely known for his role as Mini-Me in Austin Powers, Troyer also appeared in the Harry Potter series. The musician, whose real name is Tim Bergerling, on the 20th of April, aged 28. A pioneer of EDM, and one of the most successful DJs in the industry, the musician found crossover pop success with his 2011 track La 7 Else, which sampled Etta James, going platinum in the US and becoming a #1 single internationally. The ANC activist on the 14th of April, aged 81. Winnie fought tirelessly against apartheid in South Africa, becoming a figurehead for the movement while her husband Nelson was in prison. The theoretical physicist at the age of 76, on the 14th of March. The iconic physicist is known as one of the greatest scientific minds in the history of the world, and worked to peer into the most mysterious parts of the universe. Hawking was known also for the accessible way in which he communicated those discoveries, with his work including A Brief History of Time making its way into pop culture. The politician was brutally murdered in downtown Rio de Janeiro on the 14th of March, in what officials have concluded was a targeted political assassination. A black LGBT woman in a country notoriously dominated by racism, ism and traditional religious dogma. She was raised in one of Rio's largest, poorest and most violent slums, the Murray Complex. The comedy legend aged 90, on the 11th of March. Sir Ken, famous for his epic stand-up shows which could go on 4 hours at a time, as well as his Diddy Men and Tickling Stick, just days after leaving hospital. The founder of the eponymous French fashion house aged 91, on the 10th of March. In an impressive career that spanned more than 5 decades, Givenchy was renowned for dressing the likes of Jackie Kennedy, the Duchess of Windsor and Audrey Hepburn, his longtime muse the footballer after a cardiac arrest aged 31 on the 4th of March. He was captain of Fiorentina, and an Italian international with 14 appearances for the national side. The British actress, best known for her roles in The Vicar of Dibley and Notting Hill, aged 53, on the 21st of February. A statement from her agency said, "Emma created a wealth of characters and an immense body of work. She brought laughter and joy to many, and will be greatly missed." The actor, famous for his role in long-running TV show Frasier, at the age of 77, on the 4th of February. The British-born star was on the show for 11 spanning from 1993 through to 2004, and his character, Martin Crane, is a fan favourite. The lead singer and the main artist behind The Fall, aged 60, on the 24th of January. Famous for his acerbic wit, Smith was the ever-present member in the band, going through over 60 members in the group's 40-year duration. The legendary South African jazz trumpeter and anti-apartheid activist on the 23rd of January at the age of 78 after suffering from cancer. Masekela, branded the father of South African jazz, in Johannesburg after what his family described as a protracted and courageous battle with prostate cancer. The Blackpool legend and former England captain passed away, aged 82, on the 22nd of January. The right-back played 627 matches for the Lancashire club between 1954 and 1971, and captained England 15 times in 43 appearances. He would later go on to manage Bolton Wanderers and Leeds United, before working as a pundit for the BBC for 30 years. The celebrated science fiction and fantasy author at the age of 88, on the 22nd of January. Among the author's best-known works are the 1969 science fiction novel Left Hand of Darkness, which explores themes of gender by featuring characters with no fixed, and the 1968 coming-of-age story A Wizard of Earthsea the singer on 15 January, aged 46. Born into a staunchly Catholic family, O'Riordan was 17 when she responded to a press advert for a female vocalist to join the Cranberries Saw Us, comprising brothers Noel and Mike Hogan and Fergal Lawler, in 1989. Soon after she became lead singer, they became the Cranberries and cut a 3-track EP on an independent label. The former England footballer from a heart attack aged 59, on 14 January. The ex-footballer, who scored 112 goals in 297 appearances for West Bromwich Albion, also turned out for Coventry City and Aston Villa in the top flight, as well as playing for Wolverhampton Wanderers, Wycombe Wanderers and Chester City in the later years of his career, before retiring in 1996. Regis was a pioneer for black footballers in Britain. His talents were featured on albums Then Play On 1969, Blues Jam at Chess 1969, Kiln House 1970, Future Games 1971 and Bear Trees 1972. When he was just a teenager, Kirwan's band Boiler House supported Fleetwood Mac at venues in London. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1998 for his work as part of Fleetwood Mac but did not go to the induction ceremony. He wound up being fired from Fleetwood Mac during the tour in support of Bear Trees in 1972 due to his alcoholism. He went on to release 4 solo albums over the second half of the 70s. Lindsey Buckingham leaves Fleetwood Mac over tour disputes during the 80s and 90s. He endured a period of homelessness in London and struggled with mental health issues. Speaking to The Independent in 1993 in a rare interview after Fleetwood asked the Missing Person Bureau to seek out his former guitarist, he said, "I've been through a bit of a rough patch but I'm not too bad. I get by and I suppose I am homeless, but then I've never really had a home since our early days on tour. I couldn't handle it all mentally and I had to get out. I can't settle."